Hey guys, guess what? This is your last set of notes for the school year. So let's get them knocked out. The last thing that we're going to talk about is if you don't like solving by graphing or by substitution, then you've got one other option. We can use elimination instead. Okay, literally we're going to try to eliminate, get rid of, take out one of the variables. Now, in order to use elimination, both equations have to be set up in standard form. If you remember when we did substitution, we were looking for x equals or y equals. Well, in elimination, we want them to be ax plus by equals c. Okay, we want x and y on the same side. If we take a look at this first example, we want to eliminate one of the variables. So note, we're looking for the same number with opposite signs. 5 and 3, not opposites. But 6 and -6, we've got opposites right here. Awesome. What that means is we can go ahead, this adds up to 0. So I'm going to cross them out, eliminate them. And I'm going to add everything else together. 5x plus 3x gets me to 8x. -32 plus 48 gets me to a positive 16. And now I want to solve for x. So divide both sides by 8. X is equal to 2. But remember, just like with graphing, just like with substitution, we're looking for an ordered pair. Step 3 tells us that we need to solve for y. So we need to take this, substitute it back in. It does not matter which equation. I'm going to use the bottom equation just because there are no negative signs. So here's my equation. And I know x is equal to 2. So I'm going to put 2 in for x. And now I want to get y by itself. Subtract 6 from both sides. 6y equals 42. Divide both sides by 6. Y is equal to 7. So these two equations intersect, cross at the point 2, 7. Make sure you're doing x and then y. Let's take a look at a couple other examples. Remember, we're looking for opposites, same number, opposite signs. 5 and -5 are opposites. These cancel out to 0. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate them by adding them together. 2x plus 6x gets me to 8x. 17 plus -9 is equal to 8. Divide both sides by 8. X is going to be equal to 1. But I need to find y. I'm looking for an ordered pair for my final answer. So I'm going to take one of those equations. I'm going to use the top one this time. Here's my equation. Okay, that's just coming over here. X is equal to 1. I'm going to put 1 in for x. Which leaves me with just y that I can go ahead and solve for. So my final answer, where these two equations overlap, where they cross at, is 1, 3. That's my solution. Let's take a look at another one. -6 and 6. This time my x's have the opposites in front of them. That's what can be eliminated. So this crosses out to 0. 5 plus 4 gives me 9y is equal to -9. 1 plus -10. Divide both sides by 9. Y is equal to -1. But I need to know what that other number is. So I'm going to take this, substitute it back in. I'm going to use the bottom equation. Again, it doesn't actually matter which equation you pick though. So I'm going to bring that over. Y is equal to -1 we just found. And I'm going to substitute that in. And solve for my other variable. When I do, I end up with -1. So my answer here, where these two lines cross at, is -1, -1. Next example, I'm looking for opposites. -3 and 1x are not opposites. Okay, opposite signs, but not opposite numbers. 2 and -2. Hey, here are my opposites. Same number, opposite signs. So this is going to eliminate. And I'm going to add everything else together. Make sure you're being careful with your negative signs. So x is equal to 2. I'm going to take one of those equations. I'm going to take the bottom one since they're less negatives. X minus 2y equals 6. And I know x is equal to 2. So I'm going to put 2 in for x and solve for y. So we've got these two equations crossing at the point 2, -2. Last example that I want to show you guys, just so that way you've seen it. Notice I have 4 and 4, don't have opposite signs. -7 and -28, not even close. What we can do is sometimes we need to multiply through by a number. So since we have the same number here, I can take this and multiply through by -1 to everything inside. So I'm going to rewrite this as -4x plus 7y is equal to -3. And then I'm going to bring this one down. I'm not going to do anything to change it though. Okay, notice now we've got opposite signs. Same number, opposite signs that they can eliminate. So it's not always going to be set up for you. Sometimes you're going to have to do some of the math to get there. This is going to give me -21, -63. I divide, get y is equal to 3. And then I'm going to take that first equation, since it's smaller numbers, and substitute my value back in to find the other variable. Okay, the only thing that's changing, guys, is sometimes you've got to multiply through by a number. (4x equals 24), divide by 4, divide by 4, x is equal to 6. Final answer then, 6, 3 is where these two lines cross or intersect. This is what you're going to practice today. Good luck, guys.